In a quiet town hidden between golden valleys and misty mountains, lived a young boy named Arav. He was gentle, bright, and full of dreams, but beneath his hopeful eyes lived a constant ache. Arav compared himself to everyone. If someone ran faster, he felt slow. If someone spoke confidently, he felt shy. If someone drew better, he felt talentless. He didn't know that comparison is a poison that kills silently. This is the story of how Arav's life changed forever, when one simple lesson transformed his entire destiny. Chapter 1. The Seeds of Comparison. Arav grew up in a small house near the edge of town. His father was a schoolteacher, calm and patient. His mother was a tailor who created beautiful clothes with love stitched into every thread. Arav wasn't the top student in class, nor the most athletic, nor the most talented at anything. But he was sincere, he tried, he listened, he learned. Yet every day, he found himself comparing. On his way to school, he passed a training field where the town's best athletes practiced. Their footsteps sounded like thunder, powerful and rhythmic. They were strong, confident, admired. Arav stared at them with longing. I wish I could be like them, he thought. But when he tried running, he always came last. In class, he sat next to Rowan, smart, quick, and loved by teachers. Rowan always raised his hand first, always solved the hardest problems. Next to him, Arav felt invisible. In drawing class, Mira created art so beautiful that teachers displayed her work in the hallway. Arav tried drawing too, but his lines were shaky, his colors messy. Every small comparison made Arav shrink a little inside. Every glance at someone better made him feel less. He didn't know that a flower never looks at another flower while blooming. Chapter 2. The Announcement That Changed Everything. One Monday morning, a buzz spread across the school hallways. The notice board was surrounded by excited students. Arav squeezed through the crowd to read it. The annual talent festival, a celebration of skills, art, and creativity. Students could participate in anything: science, music, dance, painting, sports, public speaking, inventions, anything they loved. The school would choose winners, but more importantly, everyone would get a chance to show the unique talent. Students were thrilled. Voices echoed. I'll do singing. I'll build a robot. I'll draw a big mural. I'll show my karate skills. Arav stood silently. He wanted to participate. He really did. But a voice inside whispered, "You're not good at anything. Everyone is better than you. Why embarrass yourself?" On the inside, Arav was fighting a secret battle no one knew about. He wished he could be free from comparison, but the habit had become a chain around his neck. That night, he avoided dinner, sat alone in his room, and stared at the blank notebook on his desk. What could he possibly do? He felt small, talentless, and lost. Chapter 3. The Riverbank Meeting. The next evening, with thoughts heavy in his mind, Arav walked toward the riverbank, a calm place where flowing water seemed to whisper peace. He sat on a rock, watching the sunset paint the sky in orange and gold. That's when he noticed an old man sitting nearby, sketching with deep concentration. His movements were gentle, almost poetic. Arav was drawn to the peacefulness radiating from him. Curiosity overcame hesitation. He slowly walked towards the man. The old man looked up and smiled warmly, wrinkles forming around his eyes like rays of sunlight. "Beautiful evening, isn't it?" he said. Arav nodded. "What are you drawing?" he asked softly. The old man handed him the sketchbook. Inside were incredible drawings. Mountains dancing with clouds, birds soaring, rivers flowing, trees bending gracefully. Arav's eyes widened. "It's amazing. I wish I could draw like you." The old man closed the sketchbook gently. Then he said a sentence that Arav would remember forever. "Never compare your beginning to someone else's middle." Arav looked confused. The old man continued, "Let me show you something." He stood up and walked toward a small garden beside the river. Arav followed. Flowers of every color bloomed there: roses, sunflowers, jasmine, lilies, orchids. Each flower swayed gently with the wind, glowing in the sunset. "Tell me, Arav," the old man asked, "which flower is the best?" Arav looked at them carefully. "I can't choose," he said. "They're all beautiful in their own way." The old man smiled deeply. "Exactly. The rose never wishes to be a sunflower. The lotus never compares itself to a jasmine. Each flower blooms in its own time, in its own space, with its own beauty." He placed a hand on Arav's shoulder. "You too, child, are like one of these flowers. Compare yourself to no one. You are on your own journey." Arav felt something shift inside him, like a heavy stone dissolving. Then the old man handed him a blank page and pencil. "Draw, not to be better than anyone. Draw to express yourself." Arav hesitated at first, then took a deep breath and started drawing the mountains, the river, the sunset, things he felt connected to. His drawing wasn't perfect, but it felt real. It felt like him. When he finished, the old man said, "This is beautiful, not because it competes with anything, but because it is yours." Arav felt tears sting his eyes. For the first time, he drew without fear of comparison. And something inside him awakened. Chapter 4. The Courage to Participate. The next morning, Arav walked to school with a quiet determination. He wasn't perfect. He wasn't the best. But he wanted to try. He decided to participate in the talent festival. Not to win, not to compete, but simply to express himself. He told his teacher, "I want to submit a painting." His teacher smiled. "I'm proud of you." Arav spent the next 2 weeks preparing. Every day after school, he went to the riverbank to draw, with the old man often guiding him gently. He learned to observe quietly, to feel nature, to breathe through every line, to see beauty in imperfection. He didn't compare his sketches with others anymore. He didn't measure his worth based on someone else's achievements. He simply grew, step by step. And one day, he felt ready. Chapter 5. The Festival Day. The school courtyard buzzed with excitement. Colorful banners fluttered in the air. Students proudly displayed their talents. There were complex science projects, graceful dance performances, soulful singing, masterful paintings. Arav took a deep breath and placed his painting on the art stand. It showed the river, the mountains, the sky, the scene that healed him. But more than that, it held his heart inside it. Other students looked at it. Some admired it, some ignored it, some praised it. Arav didn't feel nervous. He didn't compare. He simply stood there, feeling at peace. When the judges arrived, they stopped in front of Arav's painting. Something about it caught their attention. One judge whispered, "Look at the emotion. It feels alive." Another said, "The simplicity is beautiful." Arav heard them but remained calm. Whether he won or not didn't matter. He had already won the battle within. Chapter 6. A New Realization. At the end of the festival, the announcer stepped on stage. The award for Most Expressive Painting goes to Arav. The crowd cheered, but Arav didn't jump in excitement. He closed his eyes gently and smiled, because for the first time in his life, he felt something priceless: self-respect. When he went on stage to receive the award, he didn't feel superior to others. He simply felt proud of his own growth. After the event, the principal told him, "Arav, talent grows when comparison ends. You have something special. Nurture it." His classmates congratulated him warmly. Even Rowan, the topper, said, "Your painting was really beautiful." That evening, Arav went back to the riverbank to meet the old man, but he wasn't there. Instead, on the bench lay the old man's sketchbook. Inside was a note: "Bloom, child, not to outshine others, but to shine as yourself." Arav held the sketchbook close to his chest. Chapter 7. The Years of Growth. Time passed. Arav continued drawing every day. He learned new techniques. He explored colors, shapes, perspectives. His passion grew like a tree nourished by sunlight. Whenever doubt appeared, he remembered the garden of flowers and the old man's words. He stopped comparing grades with classmates, stopped comparing skills with friends, stopped comparing life with others. Instead, he compared himself to who he was yesterday. He improved quietly. He grew steadily. He bloomed beautifully. Teachers noticed his dedication. His parents felt proud. And Arav slowly discovered his true identity, not as a copy of others, but as his own unique self. Chapter 8. The Return to the Mountains. Many years later, Arav became a well-known nature artist. His paintings were displayed in galleries. His work touched hearts. One day, he returned to his childhood town. The river still flowed gently. The garden still bloomed. He sat on the same rock where he had once felt lost. Looking at the sunset, he whispered, "If only everyone understood, comparison steals joy." Just then, a young boy walked toward him, holding a blank page. "Sir," the boy said shyly, "I want to draw like you, but I'm not good enough." Arav smiled, recognizing a reflection of his younger self. He handed the boy a pencil and said, "Draw. Not to be better than anyone. Draw to express who you are." And in that moment, Arav realized he had become the old man for someone else. Life had come full circle. Final message. Arav's journey teaches us one powerful truth. You cannot compare the sun with the moon. Both shine when it's their time. Comparing yourself to others